What's up, guys? Excited to spend another little bit of time with you for a devotion tonight. And so, one of the things I am encouraged by is Psalm 127. Now, the end of Psalm 127 is pretty famous for, for fathers and the blessing of children. It says, verse 3, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb of reward. Like arrows in the hand of a warrior are the children of one's youth. Blessed is the man who fills his quiver with them. He shall not be put to shame when he speaks with his enemies in the gate." It's kind of idea that the children are a blessing and are a reward. And the metaphor is that they're arrows, and we just, as fathers, fill our quiver with them so that we may, send them out into the world for Christ and for the gospel mission. But verses 1 and 2 speak tremendously on the Lord and his activity in our lives and our need for him in our lives. This is what it says in verses 1 and 2. "Unless the Lord builds the house, those who build it labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. It is in vain that you rise up early and go late to rest, eating the bread of anxious toil, for he gives to his beloved sleep." This is an incredible couple verses that is very encouraging to me as a person who I'm going to be prone to like a glutton for hard work. I'm going to be a glutton for a long to-do list that seems impossible to accomplish, and many times is. I'm going to be a person who tries to put too much on my plate. That is where my anxiety will spill over, is because I put too much on my plate and then I can't get through my to-do list. But one of the things that I see here in verses 1 and 2 is that, unless the Lord is building the house, those who actually build it are laboring in vain. Unless the Lord is kind of watching over the city for protection and the Lord is at work, the watchman who stays up late, supposed to protect the city, maybe guard the gate, guard the wall, sit up, perched up there with a bow and arrow or something. Unless the Lord is watching over, that guy's job, it's in vain. It is the Lord who ultimately watches and protects. It is the Lord who ultimately provides and sustains. And we are insufficient humans, and we are unable to accomplish all these different tasks. And so I hope that as we look at this, we would not be the man in verse 2. That we would not be the person who wakes up early, tries to work hard all day long, and then goes to bed weary, thinking, I'm never going to be able to do this again. I'm never going to be able to do everything necessary. Because ultimately, it is the Lord who provides for us, the Lord who protects us, and the Lord who cares for us. I mean, think of Matthew 6. That's a common chapter for anxiety, and the word anxious is used here. The birds, they don't wake up and go to jobs. I've never seen a bird clock in at Walmart. I've never seen a flower. It says that flowers, they're dressed beautiful than Solomon's temple. I've never seen a flower set an alarm clock and punch it and get ready for the day. No, they are taken care of solely and completely by the Lord. And our sin will deceive us and make us think that it is up to us to take care of ourselves, but it is truly the work of the Lord. And so I pray that you are encouraged and that you would see that it is the Lord in control of all things. We are unable and incomplete and insufficient people for the different tasks in our lives. And so we must be cognizant of the Lord, consider him each day, throughout the day, praying that he would give us wisdom and ability and energy to do all the different tasks. I know you students have a lot on your plate when it comes to school and adjusting to this life of online schooling especially. Some of you have told me that you feel like you have more work because you're having to teach yourself this material. Well, I hope you would see that the Lord is watching over, the Lord is building, and let us not labor in vain. And so we'll talk to you guys later, but I hope you spend some time today reading your Bible. Maybe Psalm 127 is a place to start.